Hi, and thanks for watching. You're on Live with Squacky, and our special guest this week is Mark Neely. Hi, Mark.
Good afternoon. Good Sunday afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hi.
hi. We're so glad that you could join us this week. We are so excited to hear about your voiceover career,
Okay.
and we'd love to start out with hearing about your background and how did you get started in voiceover?
Well, I'm honored, first of all, for the invite and get a chance to talk to you and see you live because I know hundreds of people, but a lot of times I don't get to talk to them. So it's just great to see you and go back and forth. So thank you
You're
very much.
welcome.
So I started years ago this is my fourth career. I was not in this. I haven't been in it very long. It might seem long, but I started in corporate world, Dow Chemical, that types of thing. I traveled the world, and my last corporate work was with a company where I traveled internationally as a vice president for selling aircraft parts. So I went to all the airlines and worked on the shuttle. And I got tired of being on a plane and going to a hotel and renting a car. That was my life every day. Couldn't do it anymore, and I was done. I announced to my brother-in-law, I want to be in voiceover. And it's something I even had a degree for it in college, but I just wasn't brave enough because I was the first person in my family to graduate. You just got to do it. You got to follow along with the cookie cutter life, do the
Right.
corporate thing, and then the retirement, and then. But no, it's something it was my real desire. So I started I've been in this 15 years, maybe a little less, but my first couple of years, I just didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
But I started because I really had a desire to do this work, and I knew it was something I had an aptitude for, but knew not how to get started. But I was a corporate guy for so long, and I got tired of that. So yes, you can go do what you want to do, and this is what has turned out to be. Yeah,
Absolutely.
a
That's amazing.
microphone. Yeah.
For sure. So what would you say that your areas of specialty are in voiceover? Like what do you book the most work in?
Well, what I've learned because of the first couple of years of not working, I was trying to be a generic guy who I could just be almost colorless. But until I became somebody that just was myself, and that's what's really important in voiceover, just to be yourself, be who you are. But it's very difficult because we all have the DNA background of thinking you got to go copy what's on TV, even though that's not the guy now or the
Right.
girl. But that's what you just think it is because you just grew up with what is. But it's really, when you come down and really listen, it's just a person being themselves and telling a story that's a believable and an honest story. So until I became a person I did not want to listen. I didn't want to do a McDonald's commercial that was stereotypical. Hey, black people just don't come up and, hey, baby, give me some fries at McDonald's, quarter pounder. I said, I want to be that guy. I'm fun like that anyway. So until I adapted myself and said, listen, I just want to be who I am. Then I started to book things that way. And
Right.
I've done a ton of McDonald's commercials with the fun and flavor of what they want as a character. Not that I'm going to bastardize or stereotype what I want to say or be some character
Right.
that's offensive, but somebody who I am and they want. And I can do that as an actor. So most of my work is in general commercials regionally. I do, I do a lot of African accent work. I had a animated career with a studio in China that I did a South African voice as a vegetarian lion. I did
Oh, cool.
110 episodes of a lion like that, So I did that, and so that's a big part of my work. And I work internationally quite a bit. So just this voice where you hear somebody, and the industry wants you to be urban.
Right.
They want you to be black. That's what it is. They say urban, but it's just being who I am. So
Right.
most of my work is in just general commercials. E-learning I do quite a bit of, but animation and video games are part of my work also. So
Awesome.
a whole variety of things. Yeah.
That's great. I mean,
Yeah.
the versatility is really important, I feel like, although like you said, it is important to just be you and do what you're best at and what you enjoy doing the most. Because I think
Right.
there's a lot of people that try to say, I'm going to do a little bit of everything. And yeah, there are some people that can do that. I'm not really one of those people. My voice is pretty specialized, so I,
Oh, you can do movie trailers. Come on, Val.
In a world.
I know you did. In a world where Val Kelly does the Mid-Atlantic voiceover conference, yes. No, listen, it's until you do it, you don't know.
Right,
And that's
right,
what I found out also. I didn't think animation was part of my wheelhouse at all.
right.
But that thing I just told you about in China, that came from Craigslist.
Yeah.
I get a lot of work from Craigslist. People just don't realize where the work can be. It's a lot of general. It's not just auditions and sitting in a place or sitting in your audition and please give it to me this time. It's going and finding it, finding clients,
Hmm.
knowing who they are, e-learning companies, explainer video companies, video production companies, media companies. Uh, it just finding them yourself and emailing them and going out on your own. It's not just auditions and Craigslist. You
Yeah.
know, it's a lot. Internationally, you can find a lot of work. So
Yeah, that's really good to know, actually.
yeah.
So, what would you say have been some of your biggest successes and failures in the industry so far?
Well, I'll start as I've probably explained them both. The failure part was just not being open to receive and learn. As I came out of corporate world as a vice president, so
Hmm.
I knew how I can get into the White House tomorrow. I just know how to go contact people and find them. But when I did that, I didn't have anything to offer. So I went into LA, New York right away.
Right.
And that was the craziest and it was stupid because I didn't have anything to show them or even know what to as a demo or as a personality to give. And just I knew how to reach them. And then you get one chance to make a first impression.
Exactly.
My first impression was not good. So I spent a few years really back because I had not gone after places I should have gone after regionally, which I should. And then when I learned how things worked and talked to more people and not just thinking I knew everything,
Hmm.
you know, as you do when you get those types of jobs where you make a lot of money, you know, you passport, yes, okay, yes, you may talk to me. You know, that mental thing that you carry around where you think you know it all drifted into my voice was. So my failure was not listening and learning and taking the time to do good demos and understand how it worked first of all. But listen, this life is auditions too, and it's going so. Yeah, I feel like I can jump off a bridge once a month when you come to acting, screen acting and voice act because you're disappointed quite a bit.
Right.
But but that doesn't mean it's still the offers are out there. My successes are with just a continual work. That's a huge success. I mean, buying a
Yeah.
house, I can still live as I used to. Not the big crazy BMW life that I had, but I can maintain a lifestyle. And I had the work with the animated cartoon that worked out very very well. I've done a ton, as again, ton of probably almost every Fortune 500 company that's out there I've worked with in some way. So I've that was I think my success is with that. I don't have any mainstream. I've been very close to Oscar commercials, Oscar works, and I had a Super Bowl commercial this year, and so those things every now and then the big commercials come up.
Yeah.
But I'm not so big anymore on just thinking, oh, if I can please get this big job. I think working continually, the
Yeah.
mentors I have that I work with, for instance, there's one guy in London or in England named Guy Harris. He works 15 times a day, and he
Wow.
doesn't have to have 15 times a day. My biggest day has been 7. He laughs at
Wow.
that. He laughs at that. But he works every day in some way, and they don't have to be big hitters, $500, $300, you know,
Right.
the union jobs. That's success.
Right.
That's success. And not everything is on TV or the
Mhm.
radio. If you can work for a company in an e-learning sense or explain a video, that's successful. If you, as a regular business. So it's a misnomer to people when they come in and say, if I could only get on, you know, have a big, those are great. You know, I auditioned this week for almost $100,000 types of jobs that if they come through tomorrow, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But my focus is not just that. It's about having a chance to be a continual worker. So
Yeah.
and
That's
have Val Kelly call me. That's a big success. Come on,
Come on.
come on, man.
So, what are 3 to 5 of the most important things you've learned over the years that you could share with voiceover newcomers and pros alike? I think this is really
Yeah,
important because there's so many. I think there are so many times in voiceover that I've experienced where I've been in the industry for quite a while now. working regularly on and off here and there. My voice is specialized, so it's been challenging for me to get that steady work. That some other people have more success because they're in commercials. But I think for me, one of my biggest challenges in starting was in marketing. Like, that was one of the things that I had a lot of trouble marketing my voice and getting the right
Right.
demo and knowing when I was ready. What would you say that you've learned that, you could share with people that have just entered the industry, but also people that have been at it for a long time that just aren't seeing the success that they want to
Yeah.
see?
It's a great question because sort of describe some of the work, but I think the number one thing when like people start is just to be open and learn, not to start so fast with, oh, I need a demo, I can't even do that, and go find somebody and spend a $3,000 tab or $1,000 for a demo, and you don't even know what you're doing. You
Right.
say, well, I can talk. Well, that's not even close to what voiceover is. You need a chance to learn how to do it. And I'm not, I because I'm older, I just speak frankly with people. And I think because of who you do, what you are, and what you're about, you have to learn what your market can be. As you know what your voice is about. I know what my voice is about. So I know, for instance, when I go and look at most explainer video companies or production companies, I'm gonna say this, Val. When you look down the list of who's there, are 99% young white kids. They
Hmm.
just are. That's who makes up and decides what gets on TV and what that is about. Unless I go to a black-owned company or go to an organization such as Ad Color
Hmm.
and find advertising companies that will specialize in using my voice. Not that I'm not used by these other people also, but I need to go find companies in Detroit or wherever they're DC and companies that will use me, who
Right.
want me. And you need to learn first that you can't go fast. You got to get a demo that works. Once you know how it works, you haven't done it for your life anyway. So what's the rush?
Right.
Relax and stop. So, and then finding a place where you can go market and learn how to. And it's such a great world now when you have Twitter and Facebook and all, but I don't use Facebook, but Twitter and other places you can find LinkedIn
Yeah.
to let people know who you are. So go learn and network and find those people who do know. Don't
Right.
be ashamed. Even if, as again, I came in as a vice president from another world, but I knew nothing about voiceover.
Hmm.
And I didn't spend time learning and meeting people until I decided, okay, I gotta learn. And my best people that I know, for instance, Rodney Salisbury, Doug, uh, 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 Bill Ratner,
Yeah.
Guy Harris, Dave Fenoy, Cedering Fox, those folks that I learned over time to talk to and just listen from, and you can learn from everybody. I've learned things from you. Everybody who's in this business has a life that you can absorb and learn from. So back to the list. Demo, don't go so fast. Learn what your market really, really is and focus on and talk to those people that are in it and just network,
Right.
relax, and find out who you need to talk to. Ask those people because most listen. This is a great part of this entertainment also business. I work in on camera TV commercials, so I'm not just voiceover,
Right.
but people want to talk about what their life is about. If you give somebody a chance to open up and talk as you're doing now with myself, just you want to describe what your journey's been, and you
Right.
can find and learn some things from people if you just sit and listen. It's a wonderful thing once you learn how to do that, but you've got to drop the ego at the door no matter where you've been before, and sit and absorb and listen. That could be the pathway to you being that voice on a Ford commercial, but you've got to learn how it's done. And then just YouTube is a great thing also. Just listen to commercials from people that do it right. Anytime I
Right.
have an audition for a particular company, I'll go listen to their commercials and see what their brand is. Not that I want to copy that person or that voice, but what is their brand? What are they like? What are they about? Education about what they want to hear, and then I'll fit myself into that. So it's that character that they want to have as their description and spec, but they don't know. It's an audition. They don't know. That's why they have hundreds of people audition because they don't know. But you do know what they've used before and go listen to it and learn from that and then plug yourself in it and then move on. Go to the next one. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, all of that is really great advice. I think, just people just don't listen enough. That's really what it
Yeah.
comes down to. It's just that they want to go in, they want it to be an overnight industry. And I remember when I first started, I was, training with some really great people, and they were like, Val, it doesn't matter how great your voice is or how good you think you are. It's not an overnight industry. So,
No, no.
very few people get discovered the first day and go in and say like, oh wow, yeah, we definitely want to hire you. You have to work for it. You have to work hard for it.
Right, right.
It's a constant 24-hour a day, 7-day a week. How am I going to market myself? How am I going to improve myself? How am I going to educate myself more and more and more so that I, can stay competitive in the industry, because it changes every day. I feel like since I started, it's evolved and changed so much. Like I
Oh,
remember,
yeah. Yeah.
doing my first demo after taking like a 6-week class where the guy was like, oh, you're fantastic, and let's do a demo. And I'm like, oh really? Wow, it's so great. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be like a
Mm.
star. And then you record the demo and you're choosing scripts from a pile of commercials,
Yeah.
and it's like nothing about this is personalized, nothing about this is me. And you get your demo, and at that point everything was on a cassette tape, so
Right.
they
You're
would do
not that old. Come on, cassette.
transition.
You don't know what a cassette tape is, Val. Stop it. You're not that.
But they're transitioning to CDs and all that. It was at least at that time. And
Yeah.
I got my demo, and it was like I had these 50 copies of my demo, and it sat on a shelf for years and years, and I had no idea what to do with it.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think it's it's really important. I think when what you said about the whole demo part is that people just want to get it done. They want to go in, they want to go like, yeah, I'm going to record a demo right now.
Oh,
But if you're not ready for it, if you don't know what you're doing, and there's and good good demo producers won't let you do it. If you're not
right.
ready, they'll
Right.
say,
Right.
you know what,
Right.
I'm not going to do this for you because you're not ready for it. You need to get some more training. Now, there are other demo producers that'll be like, yeah, come on, let's do this. You're ready. You're fantastic, and then they collect their couple $1,000, and
And
then
they're
you have this
gone.
demo, and it sits there, and you don't know what to do with it because they haven't even, helped you follow through with anything. But
Yeah.
I think something else that's really important now is that it's so easy to lose your relevance in the industry. It's
Hmm.
you always have to keep updating and redoing and keeping everything current and up to date. What do you do to stay relevant in the industry besides obviously the
Yeah.
obvious like training and things like that you probably go to?
Yeah. You have to keep learning. Right. Obviously. I mean, this is a static business. You got to keep that rolling, rolling, rolling. I think one of the best ways to do that again is having a network of people and listening and learning. I'm very upset at how this industry's gone with what happened to voice bank.
Hmm.
And that was one of the great educational places to go and just listen to demos. Just listen, listen, listen till your ears bleed. And you
Yeah.
can learn from that. But I really am a proponent when the people, I work with very few people. I don't even call it coaching. I just call it a partnership where we learn from each other. But I do
Right.
work with some people when it comes to figuring out what it is. I say just get the industry publications. If you can go free to find Ad Age, they put out something every single day. Ad Age, ADAGE. It's the advertising.com. It's the advertising publication for the world. It's like the Wall Street Journal when it comes up, but you can hear trends, you can see trends, you can see the people what's going on. They're the people that make up these ads. That there's an animation magazine that comes out every couple times a week, a game thing. Just being educated through publications that are out there. You have to. You cannot sit in your studio and think you know this work, and it can change very fast. But it does, over the whole generational kind of years and years and years. Obviously, it's going to change, but it can change much quicker, and that's why you have to keep up on what's going on. And I think Twitter's a very great tool. Again, I'm not sitting up here telling about, yeah, oh, I ate a sandwich today. No, I want to go. I want to go meet people as such as yourself and just see what's new and listen and read and find out what's going on with various companies and join them, and then have a marketing letter with them and talk about, well, what's going on with you. It's a shared information, not just put your information out there and then leave, such as on LinkedIn. Have LinkedIn share back and forth. So I think that's one of my number one things is go to Ad Age, being informed and talking to people in studios. People will share. This is why voiceover is such, I think, one of the greatest. Well, for as entertainment is concerned, it's the greatest business because people aren't stuck with egos in their face and who, well, what am I driving? It's we're alone most of the time,
Right.
and we will share. So it's take that opportunity to learn from each other. There are some things coming up that are going to replace what Voice Bank was, and I think just stand by in this year because it's such a needed deal. It's so many corporate companies coming and just want to take over and they destroy what the original package was. If a company that buys a pie company, well, let me just change the formula. They just ruin what made it popular.
Right.
So there's still a way to go learn and hear what people do, either through YouTube, but watch these other platforms are coming. And Dave Cavassier and all the people that have put together the things that gather people and talk. So go look at some of their webinars, and you'll see some of the industry people who are frustrated with that, the pay for play things and all that. It's just not. It doesn't need to be a necessary part of what this business is.
Right.
And again, as a performer, as a Black performer, you go to adcolor.com. Go to the places that they will accept it. Not just accept us, but you can learn from and find the clients that want to use you.
Right.
That's the biggest waste of time, thinking you want to just be everything, because even though I know I can do anything, I'm not always accepted right away. So you want to be able to go to the places that will use you. I mean, yeah, if you're selling alligator shoes, you want to go to the places that people buy alligator shoes. Not just so. That's an overall discussion. Going back to Ad Age is really the number one to find out what's going on, to stay relevant, and to just look at trends and talk. Just talk to people. This is a talking business, and typing is part of the talking, but we just stay relevant with the conferences that you have, and who are it's not always just going and showing up and showing your faces. For instance, like what happened in Atlanta recently, but you can do this every day of the year. You don't need a conference to go talk to somebody or know each other. So it's a great thing to have, but just stay open, keep your ears open, and share. Don't be afraid to share. This is the things that you've done and what you do. You're going to get back 20-fold. And I know it's already started for you. When people know you and the businesses that will come to you and the opportunities that come to you because you know everybody, people. So it's a wonderful thing to see that happen in real life. But go to these publications and .coms that offer free subscriptions to let you know how things work. You have to, or your vine will begin to die.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what are you working on now that you're allowed to talk about? Anything big? Because I know there's so many.
You're right. I love that sometimes. Well, I'm working on $1 million project, but I can't talk about it. I could pull that up, but no, I don't have anything. Well, I actually have a couple of video games that are in the works that I've actually done some things with that are going to be very good. And as I said last week, I had some $100,000 offers, which don't come really, but I'll find out in the first part of the week. Just general auditions, but they're very big.
Right.
So,
good.
But I work quite a bit. I've been hired recently for some audiobooks, which I don't do a lot of, but I work with a lady named Wahida Clark in New Jersey. And it's again, this is back to your client. She calls it Thug Series. It's books that are hugely popular amongst Black women and, Black audience. Just people don't know about it, but she found me and I work with her, and it's just part of it's the voice she wants. Yo, what's up, man? I could do that part. I can do, come in, Clorox. I can do any of those things to do as an actor.
Yeah.
That's one of the great things also about acting. You can, translate that. Also, the last thing is that I read to kids. There was a program called Book Pals that actually recently just ended, but it still is ongoing for the people who want to be part of it, that were part of it. And that's a great part of your training too, as a voice, especially for animation, Val.
Right.
Any school or a library is open to you as a character that can do characters, they would love your voice in these schools to
Oh yes.
go read to kids. That's a great practice because kids are the best audience. They'll tell you if you don't, you sound like crap
Yeah.
fast. But yeah, there's no big things that, oh, I can't talk about, but I appreciate that question. It's just general auditions and the couple video games that I'm looking at now. But listen, something tomorrow, just both of us. You
Yeah.
never know. Tomorrow the phone could ring. So I'm open.
Absolutely.
Phone, ring, phone, ring.
Ring.
Phone, ring. Where are those jobs, phone?
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, Mark. And tell us your website so that people can go and check out more information about you.
Sure. I this is fairly new. I did have a vanity website, markneely.com, but I decided with my friend Guy in England, he has one that's just really more pointed to who you are and what you do. So
Right.
my website now is tvradiovoiceover.com.
Okay.
Surprised it was available. tvradiovoiceover.com.
Okay.
Market, and there you can see what I do, demos and the rest. But I work with people individually if we fit and mesh. And I'm not out there trying to find people to coach or partner with, but very, every now and then people will get together and I show them how to plan for success, how to set their work up as a business, not just a voiceover with a demo website. And the websites are so important also. So we talk about that. We talk about how to work with agents, work with clients, and how to go market yourself, have dream boards, have things that make, because this is a magical business. No matter how business conscious we get with mission statements and the rest, it's still magical. There has to be a magical connection between the client and you that your voice is going to make their product just go, wow. You have to have that. And so that's my basis of it, to show people what's going on, TV, radio, voiceover.com. But also if you want to work out how to make this business work and not make the mistakes we all make. You said demos. I know hundreds of stories of the first demos. My first demo was junk, but I didn't know. I didn't know how to do it. So to eliminate and save yourself years, that's what I wanted to really do, save people years that they would have wasted if they started in a way where they just, I don't know what to do, but I'm going to do this because one person suggested it. That's what I'd like to share. So, and I learn. I'm open to learn from everybody also, but individuals that want to really concentrate in finding clients, real work that gives them, my success is working every day, all day. That's really success of this business. You can work. Listen, I'm microphoning. Are you kidding me? We get to do this. I'm not digging a ditch. I'm not Ubering anything. I'm just talking on a microphone. So
yeah,
it's great.
It is. It's a great industry, and I wish you tons and tons of future success. And everybody go and check out Mark's website at tvradiovo.com.
Yes.
And I will put the link in the description below the video. But thank you so much for your time, and
thank you.
The best.
Thank you. I hope to see you at one of your conferences if you still have them.
Absolutely, yes. Knitting Voiceover, Mabo 2018, coming up November 9 through 11.
Do you hear that, everybody? Say it again.
So visit midatlanticvo.com for all the details, and we hope to see you there in November.
Fantastic. Thanks, Val.
Thank you.